Hello everyone, this is Mubarak Ali Khan. I hope all of you are enjoying good health. Respected listeners, today we are learning PTE, that is Pearson Test of English, and I'm going to give you a complete guidance on that. You will be learning about what it stands for, how many modules does it have. We'll talk about 20 different task types of it. We'll talk about how this exam is integrated. We will also talk about the scoring procedures, and we will talk about how long is it, and then we'll talk about its break system. So first of all, PTE stands for Pearson Test of English. English test for study or visa purposes. People basically do it for these two purposes, just like IELTS. And four modules are there: speaking, writing, listening, and reading. 20 different task types are there, and it is basically integrated exam, or the scoring is basically also integrated. For example, when you go for IELTS, so IELTS speaking part is different, listening is different, writing is different and separated, and writing, and as well as the one which is left, is also separated. But in this case, it is supposed to be a complete integrated pattern. Okay, so for example, you can read and speak at the same time. For example, you can listen and write at the same time. So it is what we call integrated, and it's 2 hours long. In the end, basically, I will also talk about a comparison between IELTS and PTE. So, meanwhile, I would not like to get you disturbed with the comparison. It's just about PTE for now, and then we will talk about the comparison between both. And as I told you, there is no break between the test time. Like it is in one go complete test. There are different types of PTE. One is PTE Academic, which is accepted by thousands of universities worldwide. And PTE Academic is also accepted for visa purposes by the Australian, basically, it's an Australian product, by Australian, UK, and New Zealand governments. And there are many more countries which are acknowledging now PTE. A few of them are in Europe as well. Right. And then PTE Academic UKVI, it is for basically United Kingdom visa immigration purposes. If you only wish to go to UK, so this kind of test you will take. Basically, it is the same, but there is a little difference between PTE Academic and PTE Academic in UKVI. Let's move on. PTE Home A1, PTE Home A2, and PTE Home B1. This is a beginner level test which is accepted as proof of language proficiency for several family and work visas. This is beginner basically. Home 2 is basically Home A2 is some visas require proof of English language improvement in order to qualify or quality for an extension. For example, you're living in the native country, I mean to say Australia or UK, yourself. So this particular thing helps you for an extension in the stay over there, and you prove yourself as a good language speaker. And then PTE Home B1 is if you're looking to settle in the UK permanently, you will need to prove that your English language is at CEFR, that is Common European Framework of Reference for Language, level B1. So it is just like that. As you have life skills in IELTS, PTE Home B1 is just like that, and Home A2 is similar to that. Now, initially, you will have to introduce yourself. It is called personal introduction. 25 seconds to prepare and 1 minute to speak about yourself. Over here, I will tell you whenever you get a chance to introduce yourself there, four things should be mentioned. First would be your personal background. Then you will talk about your academic background. Then you will talk about your professional background, and then you will talk about your future plans, or you may say, why do I take PTE? So basically, we do PTE, or we take PTE for partial fulfillment of our visa requirement as we do IELTS. So you can speak anything for up to 1 minute. And basically, this episode is just a kind of a tongue twister thing. It is not marked, it is not evaluated. So no worries about it, but try speaking your best so that the listener, it means to say the machine who is assessing you, shall be able to understand that how do you speak, so that it will be fed into the machine and it will be easier for the machine to assess or evaluate you later. Moving into the PTE speaking part, right? So there are different task types into that, and there are a number of questions over there. On the left hand side, you could see there are the task types. On the right hand side, number of questions. The first thing is read aloud. For example, a passage is given to you, you read it aloud, and then your pronunciation is checked. And I'll talk the later presentation kind of slides in which you will get to know that how it appears basically. So 6 to 7 different questions are there. Okay, 6 or 7 different passages or lines you read, and then you are assessed on that. The second one is in the speaking module, basically repeat sentence. So it is 10 to 12 different sentences in which you basically repeat it. And then describe image, it is 3 to 4, like different 3 to 4 questions would be there on describing image. A graph, a chart, a table, a diagram, or a process can be shown to you, and you have to look at that and you have to describe that. And retell lecture is 1 to 2. For example, you listen to a lecture and then you kind of narrate or summarize or not elaborate. Basically, you are retelling the lecture in a way that what did you understand by that. And answer short questions would be 5 to 6 different questions you will have to answer in PTE speaking module, and at Gateway we help you preparing that very well. Moving on to PTE Speaking, Task 1, which is read aloud. Now we are going in detail with all the modules we talked about earlier. These are the modules, and basically these are the different task types, and we are discussing one by one now. Meanwhile, you can grasp a cup of tea or something, and let me talk to you in detail, and please make sure that you watch it till the end and you grasp the knowledge. So you will be given a text on your screen with 35 seconds to prepare. Okay? After 35 seconds, you will have a beep sound. Your microphone will open up and you will have to read the text aloud. Make sure that you get familiar with the pattern. Through different websites, there are different mocks available, as well as we help you in the mock in our center in IET Islamabad. So that can be taken care of. But you do it beforehand so that it does not appear very, kind of anonymous or alien to you. So you must be familiarizing yourself, and you should be accustomed to taking the test. So you will have 6 to 7 of these. Okay, contribution in speaking and reading is important task. It is very important. There are 3 parameters in which they assess you. Number one, your fluency. The second one is your pronunciation. This is wrong, right? Pronunciation. So make sure that you speak the word or you pronounce the word correctly. And then the content, basically, okay, which you read. So this is number one. Now, things to take care of in PTE read aloud. Fluency means going in a smooth flow, not too fast. Avoid hesitations and self corrections. For example, you say, "Oh, sorry, sorry," and you start again. For example, I was reading the line fluency means. I said, "Oh, no, no, no. Fluency means going in a smooth flow." Do not do that, okay? Read it properly. Fluency means going in a smooth flow, not too fast. Avoid hesitations and self corrections. That's how you have to do it. Pronunciation means speaking clearly, not your accent, basically. Okay, you have to pronounce the word clearly, unlike saying, "Well, it was so tough to digest this because I was not at home at the time." Do not try getting fake into that. You are taking that test because they know that you are not a native speaker. Do not try becoming one. If you have a good accent, good. If you do not have it, do not try to make it for no reason. Okay, you can survive without it. So accent has nothing to do in your speaking. So content, do not omit words. Focus on s and ed. For example, forms, formed. Such kind of words you are supposed to take care of so that it is well recorded. S and ed sound at the end of the words. How to read numbers, contractions, years. This is what you have to take care of. You should know it already. Now, task 2 of PTE, it is basically a repeat sentence. You will hear a sentence 9 to 16 words long. So this is the average. After half a second, your recording will start and you will have to repeat the sentence exactly as you hear it. Well, this is something important, and you need to listen to that carefully, and you have to pay good attention toward that. Okay, because if it is gone once, it's gone forever. You will have 10 to 12 of these. Contribution in speaking and listening, important task. Well, it is also important. Assessed on 3 parameters which we discussed already: fluency, pronunciation, and the content for sure. Things to take care of in PTE repeat sentence. Fluency means going in a smooth flow, not too fast, avoid hesitations and self-corrections, the same which we did already. Pronunciation means speaking clearly, not your accent again. And content, do not omit words. Content is important, but what if you do not have 100% content? So do not stop. Initial strategy is memorize. Use either but stick to one. Okay? You may go with the initial strategy or you may memorize or but still you do not have to stop in that. The task 3, that is describe image. You will have an image, line, flow, pie, random, etc. on the screen. You will have don't mind my N over here, it's not required. You will have 25 seconds to prepare and then 40 seconds to speak. You will have 3 to 4 of these. Make sure that you do not get relaxed while doing one of it because there are going to be 3 to 4 of these describing image things. Contribution only in speaking. The previous one had been contributing in your reading and speaking, but this one is only contributing in your speaking and based upon the same thing, fluency, pronunciation, and the content. Again, things to take care of in PTE describe image. Fluency means going in smooth flow, not too fast, avoid hesitations and self-corrections. Pronunciation should be clear. And the content, the accuracy of the content is not important in described image. There is no right or wrong answer. This is very important. This is part of IELTS writing task 1 in which the accuracy matters a lot, the grammatical range and accuracy basically, but here this is not the case. If in this you have to keep speaking for longer. Do not stop. Speak anywhere between 20 to 30 seconds. Okay. Well, on the right hand side is average or is a very commonly used template which I would suggest all of you to do not use because it is so old, so archaic, so common. I do not think if you will use such language like that, the given image gives information about cars. It is very beautiful image and I have to speak for 40 seconds. Do not do that, okay? It is so old school, which is not required in PTE now, okay? So you can differentiate, okay? In the given graph or chart or table, I come across a data based upon cars and you keep deviating that, then becoming mechanical to a machine. Then PTE speaking task 4, retell lecture. You will have an audio video lecture for 40 to 90 seconds long. While the audio is going on, you will need to take down notes. Well, this is good. After the audio, you will have 10 seconds to prepare. You will be given 40 seconds to retell the lecture. Contribution only in speaking and listening. You will have 1 to 2 in the exam, okay? Like retell lecture 1 to 2. And assessed on the same 3 parameters. The same thing as I told you already, but do not stop. Speak anywhere between 25 to 35 seconds. And if you talk about topic was the main topic of the lecture, he told about 1, 2, and 3. This is a commonly used template. If you are a new user, you may use it accordingly, or you may deviate, or you may, kind of adapt it and use it. PTE speaking. Now, task 5, answer a short question. You will have 5 or 6 one-word, general knowledge-based questions. When video stops, you will have to speak after a few seconds. You remember, there will be beep sound in which you will speak and the recorder will be started in front of you. You will have to give your response in a few words. Contribution in speaking and listening. Correct answer, basically it contributes to your speaking and listening both. So correct answer 1 point, incorrect answer, I don't want to say 0, but you will get 0 if there will be no correct answer. Now, things to take care of. You do not need to give a complete statement response. 1 to 3 words are fine. If not sure, do not stay quiet. Say, I don't know. Use the trick. Repeat few keywords from the question. Well, this is the last thing you could do. Otherwise, it is not necessarily demanded. And then there are some examples. Okay, what is the first paragraph of an essay? Introduction. What do we call the thread in the center of the candle? We call it wick. What are the mountains that erupt? Volcanoes. What are the people who study history and historical evidence or evidences? They are historian. Which symbol is used to complete a sentence? Full stop. What do we call the people who live on Mars? They are Martian people or Martian. And such kind of general knowledge based questions. So make sure that you do it very well. PTE writing, my writing, it has a line at the pedestal of it. It's a red line which shows that it's correct. It's incorrect. Basically, it is not incorrect, but it is there because we need to show you that make sure that the computer or the digital system it has, or maybe the artificial intelligence it has, does not do the same with your writing. If it does again and again, you are losing so much. PTE Writing Task 1, Summarize Written Text. So you will have a passage text up to 300 words on your screen. You will have to read and summarize the passage in 10 minutes. You need to write the summary in one sentence between 5 to 75 words. Well, this is important. You need to write the summary in one sentence between 5 to 75 words. Contribution in writing and reading. You will have 1 to 2 in the exam. Okay? So it's assessed on for parameters versus content, 2 points, form, 1 point, grammar and spellings, 2 points, and vocabulary, 2 points. Things to take care in PTE summarized in text. You have to use only one full stop or exclamation or question mark. Do not do it again and again. You have to write between 5 to 75 words. You are not expected to cover everything, just the main idea. Satisfying the marking criteria, that's your job. Yes, you can use words, phrases from the passage. Method 1. Read the passage, get the idea, and frame a sentence by yourself. Method 2. Select 3-4 important sentences or sentence and join using connectors. Change 1 or 2 words. Well, this is handy tip. PTE Writing Task 2, Written Essay. You will be given an essay prompt or topic on your screen. You will have to write a 200 to 300 words essay in 20 minutes. Well, this is something scary. Okay, you will have to write a 200 to 300 words, and sometimes they give you 2 essays and they assess only one of these. Well, that makes it real challenging or tough. Writing 200 to 300 words in 20 minutes, or sometimes writing 400 to 600 words in 20 minutes. I hope you understand that. So this task will only contribute towards writing module. You will have 1 or 2 essays in your test. The task is evaluated on 7 parameters. On the right hand side you could see now content 3, form 2, grammar 2, spelling 2, vocabulary 2, development, structure and coherence 2, and linguistic range 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 15. Well, it is challenging. Things to take care in PTE essay. You have to write between 200 to 300 words. Ideally, 250 to 270 words would be fine. You can have agree, disagree, problem solution, and discussion essay. Divide time 30 seconds to read the prompt, 17 minutes to write, and 2 minutes 30 minutes, or 2.5 minutes, or 2 minutes 30 seconds to the give to the proofreading of it. And this is so important. It's normally seen that the ladies, the girls, the females, they takes out some time to reread, but gents, the boys, the males, they just do it randomly and they just say, okay, done, thank God, bye bye. That's what they do. So please make sure that you give it extra time to proofread, or you leave some time to proofread, because it's typing, it can have errors. And while typing, do not go for such basic errors. You can correct it yourself later on. Do not focus too much on ideas. You will not need too many ideas. Satisfy the marking criteria. That's your job. Moving on towards PTE reading now, okay? IELTS reading is more scarier than PTE reading. Let's see what is there in PTE reading. So, 3 sections in reading, okay? Total questions 13 to 18, total time 29 to 30 minutes. When it comes to IELTS has 60 minutes and 2200 to 2800 words, and there are 40 different questions Now, what kind of questions can we encounter? Reading and writing blanks, 5 to 6. MCQ, single answer, 1 to 2. Recorder, paragraphs, 2 to 3. And MCQ, multiple answers, 1 to 2. Again, first it was single answers, okay, in the MCQ, the multiple choice question. But now multiple choice question has multiple answers, okay. And reading blanks, drag and drop, 4 to 5. Reading and writing blanks. You will have a passage on your screen with 4 to 5 blanks, each blank with 4 options. This task will contribute both reading and writing module. Focus on the context, grammatical rules, and eliminate options. Digest the knowledge, please. It's too much to understand. Shall we move on? Okay, so things to take care in reading and writing. Do not spend more than 2 minutes per passage. Understand the context and then select one option. Context is basically background, okay? So fill the ones you are sure first and then the remaining. Do not leave anything unattempted. I'm sorry about my spellings here again. Let me correct it for you right now. It says unattempted. Alright, so righty. So fill the ones you are sure first and then the remaining, and do not leave anything unattempted. And contribution in both reading and writing. It contributes in reading as well as in writing. So PTE Reading Task 3, Reading Recorder Paragraph. You will have 4 to 6 sentences of a paragraph in a jumbled order. You will need to read the sentences, understand the context, and arrange in the correct sequence. Follow the rules and success will be yours. And then, marking criteria. My spellings are not very good today, I don't know. Well, one of my beloved students, she has done it for me. Don't mind that. Marking criteria. No negative marking. So never leave this task unattempted. What happened to the spellings here? No problem. So 1 point, each correct pair, question B, D, A, E, C. Correct order, A, B, C, D, E. Maximum points for answer C, A, D, B, E. Answer A, B, D, C, E. Answer A, B, E, C, D. Answer A, B, C, D, E. Minimum score 0. So it can be in any order. There is no negative marking. So make sure that you don't leave anything unattempted or unattended. Then reading blanks, drag and drop. You will have a passage on your screen with 4 to 5 blanks and around 7 to 8 options at the bottom. This task will only contribute to reading module. Focus on the context and eliminate the options. Now moving on to one of the easiest modules we ever have for Pakistanis and for Indians and for Asians, because we had been listening for longer, but we could not produce it. Our reception is good in terms of listening. I have my doubts about reading, but I guess listening is one of the favorites and most important module. Section 4, listening. Total questions 12 to 20 and total time 30 to 43 minutes. Section 1, summarize spoken text. Number of questions 1 to 2. Time duration 10 minutes. Section 2, overall time 20 to 33 minutes. MCQ, multiple answers 1 to 2. Fill in the blanks 2 to 3. Highlight correct summary 1 to 2. MCQ, single answer 1 to 2. Select missing words 1 to 2. Highlight incorrect words 1 to 2. Write from dictation 3 to 4. Well, this is the overall pattern of your listening test. Make sure that you understand that. It's too much to give you today, I know, but you may keep pausing it, you may keep resuming it whenever you feel like, okay? Well, if I will move on, you will be getting a surprise. So let's not move on, okay? Let's not take the surprises. So what do we have learned so far is that is speaking, listening, reading, and writing of your PTE patterns. This is Mubarak Ali Khan saying goodbye to you. If you have any questions, any queries, we are available in IAT Islamabad. We can help you with your PTE, with your IELTS, with your OET, or such kind of CELT or language search or O or Duolingo. Or we can help you to go abroad as well, going to Australia, going to UK, going to Canada. and such kind of things. So we can help you with that. With this, I'll say bye bye to you. Take good care.